Hey, what's up everybody? Casey Cooper from Sweetwater here, and today I want to sit down and talk to you all about why you should be a content creator and how becoming a content creator can absolutely change your life. I can speak from personal experience, and that's the reason I'm doing this video, because over a decade ago, I was just a drummer, just playing music, wanting to do something in music for a living. I had dreams. I wanted to be a rock star, or I wanted to play in a band. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to make music. I wanted to play drums. I loved it. I wanted to make people smile from behind a drum set. And that was when I started getting into content creation. And I can't even tell you, like, I don't even think there are necessarily words that can fully describe just the story of my life and how becoming a content creator changed it, uprooted it, gave me so many opportunities, took me all over the world. I can't, like, it's hard to, like, even go back and think through all the amazing things that have happened just because it's been such a wild ride. But the point of this video, and the reason that I am making this video, is because I want you to know that you should do it. You should go after your dreams. You should do what you love, and you should share it with people. And content creation can be the platform that can absolutely unlock your desire to do something that you love for a living. It can unlock your desire to be able to share, to open new doors, to create new friendships, to build a following, to create an audience, to get more attention on your band, to get more attention on the music that you create. I mean, it is so powerful. And that's the thing, is this digital world, this online world that we live in has absolutely just unleashed a whole new, like, lifestyle, a whole new opportunity, a whole new pathway to success. And it's not something that requires a huge buy-in. It's not something that requires $50,000 in gear. Like, you can take your iPhone in your pocket and you can make a creation, you can make a name for yourself, you can do something that empowers people, you can do something that inspires people, you can do something that brings joy and love to other people's lives. And that is the power of content creation. So let's talk a little bit about my story, and hopefully my story inspires you to create your own story, to do something that you love, to go after your dreams, and to do that in the realm of content creation, to become a content creator. Let's go. All right, so if we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, you can imagine high school Casey. I've been playing drums for like a decade by then, just doing something that I love. I really felt like I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to play music for a living, and there wasn't anything that was gonna stop me. Whether that was gonna be in a band, or that was gonna be teaching, or that was gonna be performing, or whatever it was, like, I was gonna do music. I was determined. And I know that a lot of you are determined to play music for a living, are determined to create for a living, are determined to do something that you're passionate about. And that's where this story is so cool, because I got to do what I love for years and years and years. And I still do what I love. I just get to do it from a totally different perspective and hopefully help other people do what they love too, which is why I'm here at Sweetwater now. And it's just like this whole story has absolutely been such a fun ride. And so I'm in high school, I'm playing shows, I'm playing in different bands, and we're making some good music, and I'm making great friendships. Coming back home! I'm coming back home! But I never really felt like I was in that band that was gonna, like, blow up and take over the world or anything like that. And so one thing that I did know was that every time I'd get off the stage, people would come up to me and they'd be like, "Man, you're so much fun to watch." And so my thought was, well, if I'm fun to watch, YouTube is this new platform. It's all about watching, it's all about visuals, it's all about video. And of course there are other aspects too. You gotta have good audio, or you gotta be able to create audio that is something that people want to listen to. But at the end of the day, like, it's about creating exciting content. And so I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna try this YouTube thing. And so I started to put out these videos, and my goal was to create content that made people happy. And the biggest thing, and this is something that I cannot stress enough, is that you have to do it because you love it. You have to create because you love creating. You have to find what it is that inspires you. You have to find your passion in the content creation world, because certainly there are some people that get really big almost overnight. There are people that become famous through one video and then they build careers. There are people that put out a few videos and build big YouTube channels and build big social media platforms. And I'm not telling you that you can't do it overnight. I'm not telling you that it won't be quick, because it totally could be. But I am telling you that it is certainly helpful to love what you do and do it because you love it. If you go into content creation thinking like, I better be doing this full time in a month, or I better be making a ton of money, or I want to be famous, or it's all about money, and like, sure, those things can come, and trust me, I have experienced all of those different things in so many cool ways, but that didn't come overnight for me. And it was a lot of work, and I'm not saying that to scare you off, because I want you to do this. I want you to step out there. I just want you to be prepared. I want you to know that you are going to have to put in some work, and you are going to have to grind potentially. Maybe you don't. Maybe you get lucky, or maybe it happens really quick for you because you're so talented and you're creating such great content, and I love that. But for some of us, we did have to grind, we did have to put in a lot of work, and it was worth it. And that is a big part of what I'm trying to convey to you today, is you'll never get there if you don't start. You'll never get there if you give up. You'll never get there if you aren't consistent, if you aren't driven, if you aren't continuing to go after what it is that you want to create. That's the only way you get there. You drive, you go, you're consistent, you create, you do it because you love it, and you do it because you're not going to give up. Now, I'm sitting here in this super sick content creator studio setup. In fact, it's a little bit over the top. You're probably wondering, like, what's up? What's going on here? This is the ultimate content creator studio that I built for a giveaway at Sweetwater, and it's got everything that you could possibly need for live streaming, podcasting, video creation, and it is over the top. I wouldn't use all this at one time. It's really just to showcase the different products and things that you can use for different types of content creation. And so don't look at it and be like, wow, that's a weird setup. Is that how he sets? No, I wouldn't use all this, and I didn't start with all this. And that's another thing that's really important about my journey, is that when I started out, I was like, I was just a high school, college kid, didn't really have any money. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go buy a bunch of nice gear. It was like, I'm going to save up and I'm going to buy one thing. I'm going to save up and I'm going to upgrade one thing. I'm going to take one step in the right direction. And so for me, that opportunity was, as a drummer, I needed an interface and some drum microphones. And so I didn't start out upgrading my camera. I didn't start out with like a really nice rig. I started out with an entry-level interface and some drum microphones, and that was all I had. So it was like, take that and then find some sort of camera. And so I actually had an iMac that was the family iMac. It was an entry-level iMac, but it had a little webcam on it. And I was like, I'm gonna shoot videos with this webcam. And that's that part of the like, sure, it wasn't a DSLR, it wasn't a nice phone camera. I mean, we didn't even have nice phone cameras back then. I'm showing my age a little bit, but like this camera in my iPhone is a million times better than what I shot with and started my career on. But that webcam, it was attached to an entire computer. And so it wasn't that easy to use, but I found different ways to like set it on stools or set it on a desk, or in the grand scheme of being creative and resourceful, when I wanted an overhead for my drum set, I would take that iMac and I would get a ladder and I would get some 2x4s and I would set the entire computer above the drum set and counterbalance it with weights in order to get the overhead angle. There was a lot of nervousness with that because it was not my computer, it was the family computer, and certainly my parents would not have been excited if I broke the family computer. So there was a little bit of like, this better work, I better make sure that it works out and it's safe. And so those are the kinds of things where like, it's up to you. Are you gonna figure it out? Are you going to be creative? Are you going to make what you have work? Billie Eilish, She recorded Ocean Eyes with a Audio-Technica AT2020, which is a $100 microphone in a bedroom, and it got over 2 billion views. There are so many content creators that have created using gear that is not extremely nice gear, because it's not about the gear, it's about the way that you use it. And so that's why when I came to Sweetwater, I told them, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to sit here and tell people they need to buy $5,000 worth of gear to be a content creator. Not that that's what they wanted me to do, but of course we want to sell gear here. We want to be your friend. We want to help you get the gear that you need. And of course, that's what we're trying to do, is we want you to understand that a small upgrade or whatever your budget is, whatever you're trying to put and are able to invest into your career, that can be beneficial. And so that's why I'm creating all this content where I'm going through and talking about the different products, because when I started out, I wish I would have had a how-to guide on like upgrade your lighting and this is exactly how you do it. And this $200 light is going to be the difference. I used like lamps and whatever I could find because we didn't have all of this video lighting stuff that was so accessible. We didn't have ring lights that were like $20. I mean, you can go on Sweetwater's website and you can pick up this ring light for like $20 from Gator Frameworks, or you can get this cool Gator Frameworks creator tree, and it comes with a ring light, and it comes with a microphone stand, and it comes with all these accessory placements. Like, this kind of stuff is well within your reach now, and it is much easier to get your hands on. And so, flash forward a little bit, I have started creating content, and my goal when I started out was I want to flood the market. And what I meant by that was I wanted to create a lot of opportunities for people to find me. And that is a big part of the YouTube game. That is a big part of the social media game. That is a big part of the content game. It is creating opportunities for people to find you. And so there are different ways to go about it. You could spend $10,000 on the craziest, most awesome video shoot of your life, and you could put that on YouTube and it doesn't perform the right way. You put it on social media, the algorithm doesn't pick it up. This stuff is tricky. It is not as simple as like, just because you create something awesome, you're guaranteed success. And so that's where my motto is, and my motto was, quantity is as important as quality. And what I mean by that is, I would rather shoot 10 videos that are 90% awesome than shoot one video that's 100% awesome and put all my money and all my resources and all my time into that one video and hope that that one hits. I'd rather create 10 great videos than one really awesome video. And for some people, that's not necessarily the move, but if you pay attention to a lot of content creators, the ones that create those huge, insane, massive videos didn't start out that way. Mr. Beast didn't start out creating these absolutely insane videos. He started creating videos that were less production, that were less lift, because he didn't have the money, he didn't have the budgets, he didn't have the film crews and the opportunities and the production capabilities that he has now. So you have to limit your expectations while raising your own bar. And what I mean by that is you have to understand that you cannot produce those kind of videos when you start. And you shouldn't expect that. You have to produce good content that is available and accessible, and oftentimes it is more relatable to your audience. A lot of people will appreciate the fact that you are someone like them. When I started out, one of the things that I told myself is I want people to understand I am just a drummer like them. No matter how many subscribers there are, no matter how many videos I create, no matter where I travel or what gear I have, like, I'm just a drummer who likes to play the drums and likes to share my passion with people. And that started out with me putting video game posters all over my wall. That was how I was relatable, because I knew what my audience was. I understood that I am appealing to teenagers and young adults that are newer drummers or just drummers who are having fun. I'm not the best drummer on the planet. I'm not the one that's necessarily appealing to the next drum savant. I'm the guy who's appealing to people who like to play the drums. And a lot of those guys are also the same people who play video games. And so I shared my passion in video games by covering the back walls with video game posters. Very low cost set design. But it worked. People would always be like, oh, I love that he plays Halo like I do, or oh, I love that he plays Call of Duty, or oh, it's so cool that he likes Star Wars, you know? It's like that kind of stuff where I'm relating to my audience and I'm being someone that is approachable. I'm being someone that people could talk to. I would comment back. I would respond. I would value the time and value the investment of other people into what I do, and that would in turn be helpful to the algorithm. And that's a big thing. Nowadays, the algorithm takes into consideration how long do people watch your videos. It takes into consideration how often do they click on your videos. So your thumbnails and your titles, those things have to be important. It takes into consideration, especially on social media, how many comments do you have? What is the relationship to what it is that you're creating? Do people comment on your videos a lot? If they do, they're going to get shown your videos a lot more if they share your videos. So all these different things are CTAs, call to actions, ways that you can help reach your audience. And so in my story, I created a lot of content and I responded to a lot of people, and I allowed people to ask of me what it is they wanted to see. I would say, hey, leave a request down below. What is it you want to see? And so from that, I started to build hundreds of videos. The first 3 months of my career, I put out a video every single day. I would wake up in the morning, I would shoot a video, I would edit it, I would post it. And very SEO oriented, I would find the most popular songs or the most popular topics, and I would cover those so that because social media, because YouTube, because TikTok, because all these platforms are search engines, people are searching for things, and you have to create content that the titles and the content and the thumbnails all play into, in the descriptions, play into the search value of that. If you do not have an audience, you have to create something that people are looking for so that you can build an audience. And that's what I did. Video after video after video. And man, I used to talk about this more often. I can't remember the exact numbers, but I think it was like 8 months to 10,000 subscribers. And then it was a little over a year to get to 50,000 subscribers from the 10,000. And then it just started taking off because I was consistent. I kept posting, I kept going after it, I kept creating what I would consider great content, especially for the time. If I go back and look at it now, I'm like, wow, oh wow, I can't believe I posted that. But that's what we all do. We all learn from our mistakes. We all learn from what we've done. We all learn how to make it better. And so that is something that I want you to understand, is you got to learn from that. And another big thing that really kind of spurred me on was the fact that I was creating a lot and I was doing something that I loved, but I wasn't depending on it. And it was not a full-time job at first. It was a side project that I put as much time in when I wasn't working, when I wasn't in school, when I wasn't doing other things, when I wasn't having family events. And like, I was doing YouTube because I loved it and I wanted to succeed and I wanted to create something awesome. And so I never gave up. I kept posting, I kept going after it. And eventually I had my first viral video, and it was this video where I created a very unique take on a Skrillex song called Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. We played it with melodic percussion. No one had ever really done dubstep on melodic percussion before with bass guitar and cajon. And so it was super unique. It was #1 video on Reddit, #1 video on YouTube for like 24 hours. And that was the day that I was like, all right, this is it. I'm going for this. Like, now I'm gonna make it a career because I feel like I can be successful in that. And that wasn't day 1. That wasn't day 30. That wasn't even a year in. That was like a year and a half in when I had my first big video. And that was when things started taking off. But going back to the SEO side of it, something I found was you have to find your own passion, you have to find your own niche, you have to find your own thing that people will search for and will enjoy about your content. And back in those days, Skrillex and dubstep were the new thing. And pretty much nobody was playing drums dubstep. So I was like, I'm going to play drums to dubstep because I think people want to see this and they are searching for it. And Skrillex, of course, being the biggest name in dubstep at that time. If you may be so new to this world that you may not even really know about dubstep and Skrillex because you're younger, and that's okay. But for me, that was a big thing in the years that I was creating this content in the early 2010s to 2015, somewhere around there. Like, that was the big thing. And so I was posting every single new Skrillex song that came out. I was creating something unique, something different, and with stick tricks and fun and showmanship. I attempted to appeal not just to drummers, but to everybody. I wanted to make drumming fun for everybody. And that was something that was really successful for me, was once again being relatable, but also being relatable to the point that you don't have to be a drummer to enjoy what I do. In fact, a lot of my audience isn't necessarily drummers. A lot of them are musicians. They're just people that are like, wow, that's cool the way that he does that. The stick tricks are cool. And sure, there was a lot of gimmicks. I mean, heck, one of my most popular, biggest performing videos, like really a big spark in my career, literally, was when I set my drumsticks on fire and I played drums. And that blew up. I cannot tell you how many people that video reached. Now, talking about gear, me playing with drumsticks on fire was one single GoPro camera and one stereo microphone in a garage with some lights, some like cheap lights, kind of like this. Like nothing expensive, nothing nice. It was by far one of my least produced videos of all time, and it is one of my most watched videos of all time. And that is where I say, hey, think about it, create something awesome, but don't feel like the gear is necessarily going to take you to the top, or the production is going to take you to the top. It is about the content. It is about what is in your video. So sprinkle it in both. Upgrade your lighting because you want your shot to look good, but don't upgrade your lighting because you think that is going to be the key to success. It's not. It goes hand in hand. Some of my biggest productions have not done as well as some of my least productions. And I have another video that has over 7 million views that the burn video has, like, with the fire drumming, has like 30 something million views. And this other video has over 7. And that video is a single DSLR camera with a single stereo mic of me playing a popular song. And literally the front of the video says 1 camera, 1 mic, 1 of each type of drum, and 1 of each type of cymbal. And it was designed to show people that you don't need a lot to create something cool. And they loved it, and they ate it up, and they watched it a whole bunch, and they shared it, and here we are, 7 million plus views on that. And I realize I haven't even mentioned the numbers on my channel, and I don't like, they don't make me special, they don't make me any more important, but I hope they inspire you. But my channel has over 2.7 million subscribers, and in hundreds of millions of views. I can't even remember what the number is, but that is not from me being awesome. That is from me being driven. That is from me trying to take advantage of every opportunity, trying to create something awesome, trying to go after my dreams. And I have absolutely traveled the world. I've done clinics in other countries. I have been paid to travel to Europe and perform in Europe. I've been paid to travel to the other side of the world and perform in different places over there. I have done shows for NFL halftimes. I have done shows in Radio City Music Hall. I have done all sorts of really, really incredible things in my journey, and not because I'm awesome or not because there's anything special about me, but because of the social media, because of what it is, the content that has been created, the way that it has reached people, the way that it has inspired people. And wow, I mean, I tell you all this to say, go after your dreams. That's the only way you're gonna get there. Like, I spent over a decade doing what I loved, waking up in the morning, creating content, or not creating content, just hanging out with my family, or going to the park, or doing whatever. Like, I opened the doors to complete freedom in my life because I became a content creator, because I went after those goals, I went after those dreams. And it's not easy, but it's also not super, super hard. You're not digging holes for 24 hours a day in order to do this. Like, you're creating content, you're doing what you love. You might have to lose a little sleep. You might have to stay up late after you finish your day job in order to create a video. You may have to invest. You may have to decide, oh, I'm not gonna go on that trip, but I'm gonna buy this piece of gear. I'm gonna get this camera. I'm gonna get this light set up. You have to sacrifice and put in the effort to do this if you wanna do it and you really wanna do it. But at the end of the day, do it because you love it. Do it because you're creating something. Give your audience value. That is absolutely the key to success. If you can give your audience value, if you can give them something that is worth it to them, that they're excited about, then they're gonna follow you. Then they're going to watch your videos. You cannot create content that is all about you. You cannot create content that does not provide value. You have to create something that people want to see, that people want to watch, that people enjoy. You have to find the crossroads between what you like and what an audience wants to see. That is it. That is the biggest key to success in this industry. If you can find something that you love to create that other people want to enjoy, you are going to find success in this content creation world. Be unique, be yourself, find your own voice. Sure, you can take ideas and you can take examples and you can utilize, like, look at this person over here, research the kind of videos they're creating if it's a similar audience to what you want to create for. Do that, but do not copy. Do not do exactly what someone else does. Do your own thing, bring your own style to it, bring your own ideas to it, and create content that brings value to people's life. Make sure you check out Sweetwater. Check out our pages and all the content that we're putting up. I'm trying to make sure that I put out as much valuable content as we can. How-to content, helpful content, picking gear content. I want you to use your money wisely. If you're gonna invest in your content creator career, I don't want you to spend a bunch of money and be upset. I want you to spend the money that you have available to get gear that's gonna help you succeed. And that's what Sweetwater wants. That's why I'm here, because I share the same vision as Sweetwater. I would not have stopped creating content full-time and taken an actual job with a company if I was not so in love with this company and so in love with the way they want to help people. This company was founded on the idea that we're just helping friends, and that's how I feel. I'm just helping my fellow content creators. I am just trying to get you to make good decisions, to create awesome content, to get to change your absolute life. I want you to have a story like mine. And the only way that's gonna happen is if you start making content and if you go after your dreams. And I think you can do it. It's not about being the best, it's about creating good content. It is about reaching people. It is about being personable. It is about loving people. It is about loving people through your content. It is about creating awesome stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Keep checking out this page. You'll find more information, and make sure you sign up for the Ultimate Content Creator Guide. I'm super pumped about that. I'm trying to give you as much information as I can, and when you sign up for that, then I get to talk to you and send you emails and let you know about the new gear that we've got going on and the new sales we got going on and giveaways and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for watching. Go create some awesome content, and check out sweetwater.com, or you can contact and connect with a sales engineer here. And that's another great thing about Sweetwater, is if I didn't answer your questions and all the guides and things that I put out there don't answer your questions about gear, you can talk to one of our sales engineers and they can help answer every question you have about content creation, content creator gear, whatever it is you need to figure out so you can make the best purchase. Thanks for watching.